During Peppy's dev talk at Koven 2019, among other things, there was a very small portion talking about the future of OSU skins, so I decided to take a look at it once again and see what this means for their future and skinning in general. Before we start, let me just say that this is exclusively for OSU lazer, as this feature hasn't been implemented yet. However, Peppy did say that they plan on implementing this in lazer at some point. This topic is very exciting, and it will surely usher in a new era of OSU skinning and allow for more capabilities and creativity than ever before. Currently in OSU stable, if you want to make your own skin, you will need Photoshop or any other editing program, a lot of time to learn how to skin all the elements, and a lot of patience. All of this can turn a lot of people away from skinning simply due to the lack of time to make unique art for all the skinnable GUI elements. They just end up using a lot of already pre-made stuff from other people and making what's called a mixed skin. There were also a lot of exploits with skins, more so in other game modes than standard, such as making Tycoon maps look like Mania, which is a bannable offense by the way, and OSU lazer aims to remove these exploits by breaking those skins completely and forcing limits on how large can elements be in order to stop exploits such as these happening. So what exactly is the future of skins? Well, in the future you'll be able to create your skins from scratch within OSU itself with vectors, as well as making vector elements for skins that were made outside of OSU. You could even just program a skin in, which would remove the need for any images or vectors whatsoever, and the code itself can just draw whatever it needs to, making the game run even smoother and faster. If you don't know what vectors are, they are basically images made from 2D points, which can be formed into curves, shapes, and whatnot. They are commonly used in the graphics design industry because of their unique property of being able to scale infinitely with no quality loss. What this means is that you could take a 10x10 vector image and blow it up to any resolution and not lose any quality no matter how big you make it. This is really useful for stuff like logos, where you want to have a lot of different sizes for it without necessarily having to create a new file for every size. Another amazing feature that's being ushered in with OSU lazer is being able to apply transformations and effects to individual sprites or vectors, something that really wasn't possible in OSU stable. That means that you could possibly have individual buttons with different effects when they are being hovered over, or have specific elements change based on some presets. Imagine having your cursor change color depending on the BPM of the song, or your entire song selection menu changing depending on the color of the beatmap background. People would be able to stop putting dozens of slightly different images in order to animate UI elements such as the back button, and just apply a transformation or effect that they wanted to. Imagine not having to have a 19 MB, 100 plus image score bar just so you could have a moving element, and just have one image with the transformation applied to it. The possibilities are endless, and the only person who could put restrictions on how creative and unique the skins could get is Peppy himself. When you combine this with the feature that I'm going to cover next, the creativity and possibilities are endless. You could always skin most parts of the song selection menu, changing all skinnable elements to different shapes and colors, putting different markers for difficulties and stuff. But what if you could make a whole different menu, however you wanted to? This is what Peppy is hoping to achieve with new skinning. The ability for people to create their own unique menus, which means that you could potentially create something that looks like a completely different game within OSU itself. Imagine being able to change where the buttons for mods, random song, options and modes are, or making the song selection be horizontal rather than vertical, or being able to change the gameplay UI to fit your needs. Combine this with the capability to apply unique effects on individual elements, and the possibilities are really endless. Now, while I am really excited about this, all this freedom could lead to possibly malicious things, such as providing unfair advantages such as adding an effect of an approach circle on all circles no matter if the player is playing with hidden or not, or making someone's game crash every time they click a circle because someone thought it'd be funny to have 2000 sprites generated every time a hit circle is clicked. But hopefully Peppy will put enough restrictions on skins at their coughing files to have this stuff not happen in the first place. All of this sounds amazing but really far-fetched. Currently in OSU lazer we only have skins from the current version of the game, and not all of them work. So there are a lot of things to be done, as Peppy wants to have the gameplay ready first, then add in all the new and cool features that we just discussed. The last thing would be the performance improvements that this would bring to Osu, specifically with vector skinning. With high quality skins such as Rafis or B-Strong MC skin, the assets can get extremely bloated, especially with animated elements. Currently, you can't just put in a single GIF file or a single image and have the game manipulated via code. You need to put dozens, if not hundreds of images, all named correctly, so you could have a moving element. One example being this girl moving. In order to have her move around the screen, the skin creator had to put over 100 different images just for the scoreboard, both for low resolutions and high resolutions, which causes huge loading times compared to smaller size skins. The best performance could be had if someone were to completely code their skin and just have the code draw elements when needed to. It would completely remove the need for images, or even vector files, and would provide the best gameplay performance with next to no performance issues. All in all, the future is looking bright for Lazer, with this being only a small part of the huge improvements and additions to the game. I am excited for all the things that Peppy didn't reveal yet, and for all the progress that's already been done to the game. And I'm interested in what's to come in the future Lazer updates and eventual full release.